Yo, what is up guys? It's me, the X-Whatever here today, and today we're doing What If Deku Was Betrayed, part 2. And I'm also sorry if you didn't enjoy the first one, then I'm so sorry, but anyway, this is part 2. And the way for torturing the warden, yes, she's gonna be tortured by getting her skin ripped off over and over again, and put salt on it. But when she dies, Deku just resurrects her. If I was not clear, the joy of creation is basically, you know what? After a couple of days, after her skin's fully dried up, since the animatronics are basically like, I don't know, like creations, I'm gonna say Deku since, oh, it's kind of a quirk and not. Plus, when Aizawa tries to erase it, his scarf will turn into dust, like slowly become decayed and like rotted away. But I want to have a different approach for this, and also why am I doing this every time is because I don't want my phone to shut off, you know. Also making sure I don't, mess up. And also all the background music you could hear is yeah, it's just like yeah, that's my me hitting the table. So anyway, let's get back to what if. As Deku was enjoying being on top of the prison, and he wondered, he already got his revenge on everyone in the prison, but not everyone in UA, because he wants to savor his sweet revenge, along with his creations, the fallen angels, the ignited, and his creation, his strongest one. Springtrap. Ignited Springtrap. Oh, so I am giving Deku the ability, since they're his creations, he can possess them and control them. However, if some are missing some parts, Ignited Freddy, they actually don't need those parts, but whatever. However, Golden Freddy is actually equal to the strength of a creation. But he wants to save him for a trump card. Plus, with Ignited Golden Freddy, it has the ability to teleport. So does Deku, but not as complicated. So that's why Deku always uses that one, teleport. So, if you guys don't like how I'm saying this, then I'm sorry, just I sound better when I'm tired, am I right, guys? Do I sound better when I'm tired? Because if you guys tell me in the comment section, just please tell me. Anyway, I'll get back into it. As Deku's sitting on the rooftop, enjoying the view, as he gets up, and no, that was actually me, being in the character. He's actually stretching. As he says, well, I guess it's time. Time to leave this prison with my creations. All the creations start appearing behind him. And he smiles, just says, oh, I hope the world will be able to take me on. If it's not, then it'll be boring. As Deku completely, he can change his look, but he's wearing a mask and a black hoodie. Yeah, that'll do. See, he teleported, I don't want to, nerf him at the same time, and I don't want to, buff him up too much. You know what I mean, guys. Plus, if you guys notice, cause like my first video, yeah, no one noticed the eyes, but whatever. The first thing he did was teleport to an abandoned. Since UA didn't really want a person like him, he was in America. And oh boy, he will actually teleport there later on, but for now, let's enjoy the story, my subs. But anyway, I'll get to it. Creation. As Creation says, yeah? Why are we in this convenience store? I forgot to mention, he teleported to a convenience store in America. And since the prison in America, well, in the UA, I think in the My Hero Academia world, I think that's #1 prison. If it's not, I'm sorry, guys. But when he's in the convenience store, he's just sitting there, looking at some of the things which he can create them, but he has to know what they taste like, basically. And yeah, because since you know what the fuck his money is, so he can just like make money in American. So also, I want to say that which would be a good idea. Oh, since Deku's hyper super smart, well, kind of is whatever. As he's just sitting there, leaning on the wall, as the lady's like, "Sir, are you gonna buy anything? Or if you're not gonna buy anything, could you leave, please?" As Deku's like, "Oh, sorry, I was just in deep thought." As Deku reaches down to opens one of the freezers and grabs Gatorade, and he says, I'll take this." As she's like, Okay, sir, that will be $2.50." And Dick is like, "Oh, really?" I was like, oh. He's like, in his mind, he's like saying this, it's like, okay then. He begins reaching for the money, he begins creating it, and he hands it to her. Oh yeah, whatever he makes is permanent, so yeah. Besides, he walks out the store, but he just looks around. Frick, I wanna, I really want him to have a freaking girlfriend, I'm sorry guys if I sound like this, it's just because, I'm really deep in thought. I'm legit deep in freaking thought, so let me think about this. I remember now. He spots a Lamborghini, and he looks at the guy. He looks at the guy that walked into the store, and he's yelling at the person. And he's like, it seems this guy is pretty much of a prick. And I want to say that Deku asks actually Golden Freddy, because I think Golden Freddy can actually phase through stuff like Deku, but he asks Golden Freddy to phase through it, and Golden Freddy grabs. How is he grabbing it? It's Golden Freddy, guys. I know that he doesn't have arms, but hey, in creation, there's never a fact that in creation they're Deku's just saying that they're whatever. So Deku, Golden Freddy grabs it and grabs his wallet and looks through it. And because he left his, no, he had his wallet on him. You know what? I should have said Golden Freddy looked in the guy's car and he found he found a hero license. The license said that he was the 38th number hero. No, he was the third hero in America. And Deku's like, oh. Because since these are Deku's creations, I'm thinking that they can actually reveal, like, telekinetically, like, give Deku the information or make him see, like, looks through their eyes, basically. I'm not doing this really, like, not explaining it really well, but I'm sorry. Also, they are able to regenerate. How? Because it's a dread creation. They are extremely powerful, and if you ever make an enemy with Deku, yeah, you're in for a goddamn slaughter. All your friends and family, they're gone. They're like that. With a slip of a finger, as soon as you get home, they're dead. Okay, I'll get back to it. As the guy begins leaving, the guy like knocks bumps into Deku purposely and just says, "Whatever, see you around, kid." As the guy gets in his Lamborghini and drives away. As Deku just smiles underneath this mask and just says, "This should be entertaining." I'm gonna decide the guy has a girlfriend, and when he gets home, she sees her tied up on the chair. As Deku's just sitting on the couch and just saying, "Well, hello, the number 3 hero in America." As he put his hands together and just wanting to what do you have to as Deku was about to finish, the guy used his quirk. And his quirk is called what would be a good quirk name for number 1-3 hero? What would be a really good quirk? Oh, I know. Hardening. I know I'm like copying a fucking Kirishima, but it's like Kirishima's quirk, but he turns into fucking chrome. Wait, gold. Yeah, gold. There you go. As the guy hardens his body, punches Deku in the face, breaking the mask. As Deku's like, "Man, that was not very nice." As when the guy noticed that because this also made Deku's hoodie float go back down. As the guy noticed that Deku's face is unscratched. As the number 1-3 hero goes in for another punch, Deku grabs it and just begins making the gold slowly crack all the way to his arm, to his shoulder. As the guy's gets down kneeling in pain as he deactivates his quirk. As the guy's like, "What the hell are you? Damn you, villain!" As Deku's like, "Villain?" As he kneels down, as he crouches down, he says, "Oh, no, no, no. I'm not the villain here. You heroes are the reason." As the hero's like, "What do you mean, kid? What did I ever do to you?" As Deku's like, "Well, you didn't actually do anything to me, but you purposely bumped into me and was rude to that lady and even threatening her." His girlfriend's scared but so mad at him. As Deku begins explaining about how he needs to fix this society, how corrupt and fake heroes don't really deserve anything. They just deserve death. They don't deserve the fame, and that's not even what number 1 thing he was actually going to be talking about. So I guess if I'm fucking up so much, it's because after a few minutes in the fucking video, the video gets so excited, am I right? But anyway, I'll get back to it. Oh, my video almost cut out there. So anyway, I'll get back to it. As Deku was slowly I see. So, not Deku the hero, "I see, kid. So, you're just a maniac and a villain." The guy smiles, says, "Well, good thing I brought my Good thing I grabbed my support gear. As Deku's like, oh, I wouldn't recommend using. As Deku was interrupted by the guy using his right arm punching Deku in the stomach, making him go through two walls in the guy's house. As the guy like gets up and unties his girlfriend and hugs her, and she just says, "It's okay, sweetie, it's okay." As the girl's like, "What happened? Who is he?" Because she is crying on the guy's shoulder. As he says, "I don't know, but listen, you need to get out of here." As she reluctantly agrees to run away, but as Deku's like clapping his hands, walking towards the guy, as she begins running out the front door, she begins prying the door open as her boyfriend's distracting Deku. But when she opens it, a bunny like a green and bunny like rabbit goes through the door and grabs his girlfriend by the throat, and he begins choking her. As the guy looks back and he sees this thing choking her, as this was actually a bad time for looking back, because Deku punched the guy in the leg, almost fracturing it and going through the wall into his stairs. As his girlfriend's losing consciousness, as the guy slowly picks up a knife and throws it at the animatronic, like throws it at Ignitic Springtrap. And Springtrap looks to Deku, but gets the knife into his eye, and the thing lets go of his girlfriend. And he begins screaming like, "Rah!" As he pulls it out and throws it to the floor. As Springtrap looks at the girl running away, Springtrap begins chasing after her. Now we get back to Deku and the number 3 hero in America. As the number 3 hero name, Gold Digger. Why Gold Digger? Because, to be honest, it'd probably make more sense that be his hero name, because he's fucking gold, and that will be his hero name, because, imagine this kid in My Hero Academia says, like, oh boy, my hero name will be Gold Digger, because that would be a fucking good name. Because I can't name Super fucking Gold, because that's stupid. As Deku... Let me check my... Oh, fuck. Nope. Technical difficulties. I did that on accident. Why the fuck did I do that? I'm so sorry, guys, but anyway, I'll go back into it. As Deku begins walking through walking through the broken walls and just asking the number 3 hero Gold Digger, cause Deku knew the fucking guy's name, but he didn't want to say anything because he thought it was a retarded name. Anyway, I'll get back into the fight. As the guy is struggling to getting up because he's on the fucking on the top of the fucking stairs, like using his right arm to harden his body. However, as the guy goes down this lunging at Deku with his right arm, Deku's immediately dodges and just grabs the guy's head and slams it to the fucking ground over and over again until all you see is a fucking brain, his face turn into a complete fucking brain matter on the floor. As Deku lets go of Gold Digger's head, he looks at the blood on his hands. And there's a lot of blood and brain matter. As Deku saw the guy's left hand, he saw he was holding a phone, and it was calling some of the heroes. And Deku's like, well, I have no business in America, but this will be fun. As Springtrap grabbed the girl by the neck, and bring her to and fuck. Why am I fucking messing up the fucking story? What the fuck, guys? I don't fucking know. As Springtrap grabbed her by the throat, and he begins bringing her to Deku. As Deku's just sitting on the stairs, she looks down and sees her boyfriend's head is completely pulverized. As she's crying from being scared and being so scared and fear, being so scared and coward and terrified. Why did I fucking not say terrified? Oh my fucking god, I'm a fucking idiot. As Deku says, like whispers to her ear, just says, "Listen, I will not kill you, but I can't let anyone know what my face looks like." As Deku just taps her head, like flicks her head, and she becomes completely immobilized or paralyzed. She can no longer move her body. Her body's completely paralyzed. Because he doesn't want her saying the truth or describing him, because that would ruin too much of the fun. But that's when Deku's like, maybe paralyzing you was a bit too far. As Deku picks her up by the throat as she's crying on the floor, like she's like she can't even move her body because it's paralyzed to her waist down. As he begins whispering to her, like says to her in her face, just says, "Well, you could be a new toy." As Springtrap's missing an eye, Springtrap begins closing the door behind him and opening it to a black void. As Deku just throws her in there, and she's able to move again. As she begins, she's actually, okay, she begins, like, running to the door and wondering where she is. As the door closes, as she begins trying to open the door falls, like, down. And right in front of her was a fallen angel. You see, the fallen angels are tasked with to breaking the person's mind, making them into a mindless slave or servant to Deku. Because Deku treats his creations as family, not servants, because they have their own feelings too, but they mainly enjoy killing people. So yeah. And also, some of them all of them can create their own scenarios where they can kill people in different ways. And yeah, but when Springtrap closed the door, a hero broke through. I can't remember the heroes. No, well, the number one hero in America is All Might, but All Might's in Japan, so the second number one hero is called Dragon. Quirk Dragon. Physically and mentally transforms the wearer into a dragon. However, transformation does require a lot of strength and stamina, and even exhausts the mental and physical body. However, it does quite a lot of damage. And no, the number two here is actually in like a humanoid dragon form, not an actual dragon. As the guy breaks through and grabs Springtrap and throws him out the door in front of the cops and some other heroes in America. Which you should not have fucking done that. Why? Because if I think about it, didn't I give my creation's regeneration? And Springtrap's eye just healed, and his eyes began glowing red. So when you piss Springtrap off, yeah, his anger fucking boosts his strength and his durability. So you're pretty much fucked. So the police force and the heroes there are fucked. But also, Deku asked Creation before the fight even began to actually cover, like, make this whole area into a huge ass, like, to 30 miles into a circle. And, so I'm basically saying once they enter Deku's domain, yeah, they cannot fucking leave. They cannot fucking leave. Anyway, we get back to the guy, the number two hero, Dragon. As Dragon begins loading his fire breath on Deku, as Deku's just walking through it like nothing. As the guy begins as the Dragon's like, damn it, what are you, villain? Some type of enhancement quirk, or shock absorption quirk? As Deku's like, no, it's kind of like a quirk, but not really. As the Dragon's like, whatever, time to go all out. As the guy is doing like trying his best, he's like punching Deku everywhere, and Deku's just. I'm gonna say you can like actually like ragdoll Deku, but I want to say that you can, but you're not even fucking phasing him. He's like, I wonder what I'm going to do today. If you guys think that this is like so fucking hilarious, then yes, this is fucking hilarious. Wait, how long have I been recording? Oh, for fuck's sake, 26 minutes? I thought this was fucking, I don't know. Wait a minute, why the fuck did my voice go this way? I don't know why. I don't know why I just do these voices, you know. But anyway, I'll go back into it. As Deku was like, oh, for fuck's sake, my phone. As Dragon's like, take this seriously, villain! And, I want to say that they're, like, fucking 2 miles, like, away from, like, Deku and number 2 hero are, like, away from the fucking police and the heroes. And, I want to say that Spring Chop killed all the fucking, like, heroes. And, the last police officer was a woman, and, she was actually revving up her car. However, Springtrap broke through the fucking window and grabbed her by the throat and yanked her out of the fucking police car, and he threw her back into the house. Like the almost completely broken house, the broken down house. As Springtrap was actually about to go in, he noticed something. He saw almost half the fucking pillars in the front side of the house are completely broken. But there are 2 remaining in the fucking front door, and Springtrap's like, well, I'm gonna crush this bitch. As he begins literally yeets the fucking 2 pillars are holding the house up away, as police officer gets crushed by the rubble. But I want to say that she will be the only fucking survivor. Why? Because someone needs to tell the heroes in America and the world who the fuck they're dealing with. As the dragon's like exhausted for, I don't know, probably like 2 hours, and Deku's just like, is that, all you got, number 2 hero? As the guy's like, well, I guess I got no choice. Hero, and as the number 2 hero begins transforming his scales into more of a dragon-like form. He's a bit taller, but he's in like a humanoid form, like in a humanoid fuck, I can't remember, like humanoid thing. I don't know. But oh, the fuck. But before the guy could go all out, Deku just quickly took him out with ease. Like, let's just say, like, Deku took him out, and he sliced him in half. And he fell to the ground, dead. As Deku begins going back. To where Springtrap is, and when he gets back, he was expecting carnage, but when he got back, he just saw like so much fucking carnage. Like some of the police officers were ripped in half. Some of them heads were bashed into from their police cars, and one was killed by a windshield. How? Because Spring Chop yanked one of the washers off one of them and stabbed the guy through in the guy's throat. Oh yeah. Spring Chop and Deku says, "Well, looks like we had pretty much some good fun." Deku's saying, and Spring Chop like, "I wish it could go on longer." As Deku's like, "Note to self: not ever, never ever, for all eternity, make you fucking angry." As Spring Chop goes back into the void, where Beck goes back into Deku's void area to go and be better for training. Not training, just finding even more enjoyable tactics to torture his victims. And if you're wondering, if I'm gonna say I'm gonna leave it off here, I'm gonna see if I can get it for like an hour at least. As Deku looks at one of the police cars and just grabs the radio, and just says on the radio, just says, "Hoyo officers have been wiped out." The police station's like, who the fuck is this? As Deku's like, I am thinking of a good villain name. Creation, the joy. I am the creation. I'm creation. No, I'm gonna say I'm the joy of creation. As the guy's like, listen here, villain. The number one heel will find you, and when we do, you will be arrested and executed. As Deku's like, I'm already a convict, so bring your best heroes. I'll just destroy them like I did to the number 3 and 2 hero. As the guy's like, what? As the chief of the police was like, what? As Deku just crushes the radio and drops it and lets go of it. As he begins walking down the road and he begins to disappear. He begins to turn to darkness and disappear. I'm wondering, like, I'm physically and mentally wondering, like, should I, like, make Deku meet Bell, but like, Deku's the joy of creation? I'm, like, seriously considering this. I am really wanting to consider this, guys. I really am. But I'll get to the story. As Deku. Why am I doing this? Like my voice, but whatever. Previously on previously on Deku. We go back to me. I don't know what's happening, sir. Nah, whatever. As Deku teleports to would it be a good way? He teleports to New York. And how does he know this? How did he get to New York? Because if I'm thinking of this correctly, he can teleport there, so he can teleport, but he has to. I'm gonna say he can actually teleport there if he just looks at the picture and he believes he was there. We'll just say that. So let me just stretch these damn legs. Well, I don't know why I just said that, but as Deku gets into New York, because it's still not just got nighttime there because, and also creation lifted the thing, so yeah, that's no longer Deku's domain. So As Deku's like walking around the city, cause he says, "Man, this is bigger than I thought." As he looks down an alleyway, as he begins walking by an alleyway, he hears like a little scream, but muffled. Just got muffled in the next 5 seconds. As Deku decides to peek around the corner of the alleyway, he sees a girl. I'm gonna say her quirk is actually a fox base quirk, so basically the quirk allows the the user to jump extremely high and heighten their senses, and they have really good hearing. However, downside is they're very, very fragile. Well, not fragile, just very, very easy to predict their moves. This Deku just sits behind her, listening onto these two guys' conversation, as like saying, "What do you know? A fox girl. I heard that these quirks are pretty rare and pretty useless." Well, what do you say, Frank? Why don't we have some fun with her? As she says, "Leave me alone. What did I ever do to you?" As as Frank's like, "Oh, we don't know. You didn't do anything. We just have some fun with you." As the girl's like still, like she's scared and terrified, like for yeah, still she's crying, and Deku's like, as she feels a heartbeat, as she's like, as she feels his heart's like thump thump. He's like, I thought I thought I didn't have any feelings left. As Deku's like, as the guy's like going in to punch her in the face, as Deku's like, I really hate I really hate being a hero. As the guy punched and as the guy's about to punch her, Deku grabs his arm and just slowly begins turning his arm into just twisting his arm and just pulling it off. A bunch of blood begins seeping out, but Deku's already smart because he asked actually a creation again to actually make the alleyway his domain. So basically, you're in Deku's turf, bitch. As the guy begins trying to leave the alleyway, because to everyone in the city walking by it, they don't see the guy with like the guy's arms missing. Why? Because Deku's creation quirk, or kind of a quirk, just it makes the user invisible and just shows the alleyway completely empty and just as normal. Deku's like, "Oh, you can't leave my place," as he's trying to run to Jeff. As Jeff's missing an arm, as Jeff uses his quirk. Jeff's quirk is called knife. Like dagger. No, fuck. Blade. There we go. He make any part of his body into a blade. The downside is if the blade takes damage, so does he. And the damage actually increases the more he's cracked. As the guy begins running towards Deku with his arm fully bladed, as the girl's like, "Watch out, he's gonna," as Deku's like grabs his guy's hand with 2 fingers, as Deku's like, "Don't worry, sweetie. This is just an average day for me." As Deku just snaps his hand in half, like he grabs his palm and just fucking like rips it off, just like with his 2 fingers. As the guy begins screaming in pain, as Deku actually asked whether ignited Bonnie to finish him. As the guy also was actually trying to run away, And then a chica went right in front of, like, appeared right in front of him and started bashing his face in with her beak. As Bonnie's, like, grabbing the guy by the head and just begins, like, throwing him to the wall and begins punching his face over and over again until his quirk is completely deactivated. And his face is getting pummeled so much. His face is like, it's like carnage. Like, his face is so, like beaten in, you don't even recognize the guy. As Deku turns to the lady, and he like crouches down to her and just says, "What is your name?" She's like so scared of this person. She's like, my my name. Sorry guys, give me that processing. Ding 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 ding. My name's Snow. As Deku's like, Snow. As Deku gets up, just says, "Interesting name." Because her ears are white and her tail is silver, like completely, like her fur is like completely snow. As Deku's like, "Well, I'm ready to be going then." As Snow's like, "Thank you for saving me." As she bows to Deku and just says, "It's no problem." As he leaves, but he wants to know why the fuck did he did that. As he actually asked one of his fallen angels to follow, to be some type of her guardian, or to watch her, because if Deku ever trained her, well, let's just say that her moves, for, like, you know how people could be easily predictable. Let's just say that people are actually seeing that it is predictable, but she changes it instantly when they're trying to, like, counter her. And she will get stronger when Deku trains her. I don't know if I should do this, but I'm like wondering. I don't know why I should do this, but somehow since Deku's like ability is to drive creation, if you remember in the game, the time there is like different. Each story mode is like different. It says it says it's like 6 a.m. there, but it's more like it's still nighttime outside still, right? So I'm gonna say Deku can actually, like, like when a person stays there, it's like 6 minutes. Like everyone in the room's like it's been like a day, but really it's like 6 hours. 6 hours is a fucking day in Deku's like world, like his like void area, if he makes like a room. So, but that's where I'm ending it off today. If you guys really did enjoy this, please smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and hit the notifications if you want to, like get a notification for more shit. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, this one, I'm still working on that still. Nope. But anyway, that's where I'm getting off. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Goodbye.